It's very sexy when you close a deal with the bank, and we do that sometimes, but they're very slow movers. They're very slow to execute. They're very conservative. They're never going to be Ripple success stories, and it's hard to get them to push the benefits down to their customers because that's risky for them, and then it highlights where they're inefficient. So we focused a lot on banks in the beginning just because a press release with a bank is a big thing, but we discovered they're just very slow to move. Like if all they want is a press release, now we're like, hey, like we want to actually like move billions of dollars now. And they're like, yeah, we kind of don't.
Hey, casual crypto investor family. It is the casual crypto investor, and I am back with another video. My apologies. It's been crazy for me at work. I know it's been a couple of days since I haven't dropped a video, but guys, man, there's just so much stuff going on. To be honest with you, when I was kind of pulling all this content together to share with you today, I was actually having trouble, and this video might be super long, so my apologies for that, but there's just so much to share. And I almost feel like I'm only really just giving you guys the tip of the iceberg. So what I'll try to do, I'll try to make some more content, maybe tonight or maybe even tomorrow. I have a little bit more free time. And yeah, but guys, this is such a blessing right now. I'm so happy to be in this space. It is so exciting. I've been in this space. Well, I probably started around 2017 or so, but I wasn't really investing like on a consistent basis with crypto. I probably really didn't get seriously started until about 2018, 19-ish, or maybe, 18, 19-ish. And so I started just consistently to put money aside into buying just particular cryptos. I remember when I first opened, I think, a Coinbase account back in like 2017 or something like that. But nevertheless, man, we stuck with it. I stuck with it. And, man, it feels good, man. It feels good. And, just all the things that should have probably happened 4 or 5 years ago are happening now. But I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful to still be here, grateful to still invest, grateful to see the fruits of my labor a little bit. And, hopefully you guys are too. All right. So enough of me talking. Let's kind of get into what is happening right now. But before we do, we have just so much to share. Let's take a look at the overall crypto market. We got updates on bills passing. We got updates on XRP no longer need to be no longer need to use banks. I mean, it's just so much stuff going on. All right, so sorry for my scatterbrainness, but yeah, it's awesome. I feel like I got OCD or something, but nevertheless, Bitcoin right now is sitting at 119,000. Yeah, 119,000 right now. The market cap, man, look at this. A $3.84 trillion market cap. Absolutely insane. We're almost getting to $4 trillion, which is just crazy. I remember being at 1.9, 1.5 trillion. And look at us now, man. We're at almost at $4 trillion. Absolutely crazy. Ethereum is having a nice run. Look at that Ethereum, man. Look at that. 20% in 7 days. Absolutely insane. And let's give it up to XRP, man. Let's give it up to XRP. 32% in 7 days. We're sitting at $3.33. We're only maybe about 50 cents or so away from our all-time high. And the way things are looking right now, I think XRP is looking very, very bullish. Another particular crypto that is on fire right now, and I'm going to be buying some more, and that is going to be stellar, man. Look at that, up 54%. Absolutely insane. Hedera doing work, 37%. I mean, guys, this is absolutely unreal. I was having a conversation with one of my friends, or excuse me, one of my family members, and I said, if you look at the time when I started buying some of my cryptos in 2017, some of these cryptos were at like 10 cents, 5 cents, 20, like 30 cents, stuff like that. And like, I've gotten like 400, 500, 1,000% gains from these purchases, from these investments. And you're not going to see that in real estate. You're not going to see that in so many different investment opportunities, right? But with crypto, the opportunity is still here because we're still young. And don't feel discouraged if you're just getting into this space, because we have only just begun. If I was just now getting into XRP, I'm still buying at $3. I don't give a damn. I'm still buying because I know that the potential where this thing can go. Think about if you had the opportunity to buy Bitcoin at $3. Would you take it? Absolutely yes. Okay, so that's kind of like my mindset on it. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into the first snippet I have for you. This is from Jungle Inc. Crypto News. Shout out to Jungle Inc. He's basically saying that XRP no longer needs banks, according to David Schwartz. Okay. I played a clip for you at the beginning of the video talking about how Ripple's strategy was to go after the banks, but now they've shifted. Okay. So he says that banks were slow to adopt XRP. The partnerships looked good in the press releases, but the real volume never came. Now Ripple is pivoting to fintech and DeFi, which I think is a smarter play, where liquidity moves fast and utility matters 100%. XRP's future is crypto native, powered by stablecoins, exchanges, and DeFi rails. No more waiting for banks to catch up. I agree. Let's leave them in the dust, man. They didn't want to change. They wanted to keep doing the same thing over and over again. Hey, they had their chance. Okay. Now, granted, there was things like the lawsuit and stuff like that. So I can understand why some banks were were hesitant on working with Ripple and trying to, move money in a more efficient manner. But at the same time now, hey, man, y'all got to get with it. And right now, the banks, I'm telling you, I almost feel like the banks are almost kind of becoming the new newspaper, right? Remember how everyone used to get the Washington Post or the New York Times or whatever newspaper you subscribe to? Banks are almost going to be forced to either fall in line or they're going to get left behind. So we shall see what happens with that. But I agree with David Schwartz 100%. All right. So more breaking news. Ondo Finance, which is another crypto I'm very, very bullish on. It is now tokenized treasuries are coming to the C network, which is awesome to see. No pun intended, but Ondo Finance is bringing our market leading yield USDY to C's ultra fast layer number one blockchain designed for high performance, capital efficient applications, unlocking scalable on chain yields at the speed of say. So, man, I'm excited for that. Man, Ondo is just doing work. They're partnering with almost every crypto out there, and I think Ondo is going to be another huge player in the crypto space. All right, next up too as well, we have Citigroup is considering issuing its own stablecoin to facilitate digital payment. CEO Jane Fraser says so. Again, all these banks are going to want to have their own stablecoin. Okay, and what's going to happen is I can already see it happening. Okay, whether it's XRP or not, it might be Hedera, it might be XLM, it might be Cardano, it might be XRP. They are going to use either one of those or maybe Algorand, maybe, who knows. But they're going to use one of those technologies in order to help them move those funds. Okay, they're going to need, but most likely it's going to be XRP, in my opinion, because they have the relationships with over 500 banks, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's just a reality. So this is exciting to see, but there's already been reports of Citibank, Bank of America, other banks coming up stating that they're going to have at some point their own stablecoin. So we shall see about that, and we should also see what type of effect that has on some of our favorite cryptos. All right. Next up as well, man, just in, XRP surpasses $190 billion market cap. Let's go over to Coin Market Cap. And yeah, we're at, oh my gosh, look at that. We're at almost $200 billion, guys. Absolutely insane. We're doing work. We're almost half of Ethereum, guys. We're on Ethereum's heels, man. And this is only the beginning. And the lawsuit hasn't even dropped yet. So we shall see what happens. But look at this. 400 billion, right? 100,000 million billion, right? To almost 200 billion. Insane, guys. Insane. So this is just super, super exciting times. All right, moving on. We have just the other day, California Governor Newsom launches the California Breakthrough Project with tech leaders including Coinbase, Ripple, MoonPay, Instacart, Snapchat, Undro, I guess I hope I'm pronouncing it right, to advise on government efficiency and collaboration. The thing is that Ripple's having a seat at all these tables. Now, granted, I understand California, Ripple, they have a headquarters in San Francisco. That's where they're stationed at. But Ripple is going to be involved in they're going to be at every table almost. Okay. They're going to be at almost every table. Anything finance related, best believe Ripple's going to, Brad Garlinghouse will have a seat at that table. Okay. This is also very exciting too, as well. And the other thing too, hey, putting politics aside, I don't care who you vote for, Democrat, Republican. I don't care. I got friends on both sides. I personally voted on both sides. So, I'm an independent. So, but the thing is that even Democrats know now that they cannot ignore crypto any longer. They got to work with it instead of against it. So regardless, as a crypto investor and someone that's pro crypto, this is exciting to see that they're looking to bring some of these crypto companies to the table. All right. Next up too, as well, we have XRP retains the number one spot for 24-hour trading volume in South Korea. Shout out to South Korea. Shout out to Seoul. Man, they are loving XRP out there. Okay. So again, South Korea has one of the largest economies in the world. So it's great to see that they are pro XRP. And I think that this will trickle down to other countries. And I think, at some point, America will hopefully fall in line. But this is also exciting to see. And we don't even have ETFs yet here in the States. So when that happens, can you imagine what the price of XRP will be once we get these ETFs in? I think they got about 18 ETFs applications sitting out there. Good Lord, I can't even imagine. All right. Now, this is the dessert right here. Excuse me, guys. This is the creme de la creme. This is what we came for, man. This is amazing. Okay. So shout out to Eleanor Tourette. If you don't know who Eleanor Tourette is, she is a journalist for Fox Business. She covers anything, everything crypto related. Shout out to her. She does a great job. I highly recommend that you follow her on X. I love her content. But basically, man, you already know what time it is. The Clarity Act just passed the House in a vote, 294 to 134, with 78 Democrats voting in favor, more than double the 35 expected, and the more than the 71 who voted to pass, FIT 21 last year. So again, big win for crypto. Super excited for that. And so now the Clarity Act, I believe, will go to the Senate, and then hopefully it will move on to the president's desk. All right. So super excited about that. As you mentioned too, as well, just breaking, then this broke a couple of minutes ago too, as well. Let me go back here. All right. Oops, lost my space here. All right. So it says right here, I rarely use the term anymore, but the all three crypto bills just passed the House, and the Genius Act is now headed to Donald Trump's desk to become the first major piece of crypto legislation signed into law, which is amazing. All right. So the recap, we have the Clarity Act that just passed in a vote of 294 to 134. Okay. So that happened. Then we have the Genius Act, which passed in a vote of 308 to 122. Okay. Then we have the Anti-CBDC Act, which I'm in favor of. Okay. Passed in the vote from 219 to 210. Okay. And then the signing ceremony for the Genius Act is set for tomorrow afternoon at the White House. So, man, let's give it up, man. If you're stuck in this game, you are now seeing the fruits of your labor, of everything that you worked hard for is starting to come into fruition. We also have a tweet from Stuart Alderati, who is the chief legal officer over at Ripple. And he says the Genius Act now goes to the president's desk, and the Clarity Act now moves forward to the Senate as long as there's movement on workable, clear framework for crypto and stablecoins that will both foster innovation and protect consumers. This is exactly what the American people have been asking for. 100%. Okay. And then the other sleeping giant, okay, is going to be that stablecoin bill. I've said it in multiple videos. Please go back and watch my content. Okay. I've said it in multiple videos. That stablecoin bill is the one that I'm really, really eyeing on because if you recall, I've said it multiple times. Bo Hines, executive director of Trump's administration, crypto advisor groups, Hines says that anywhere from 15 to 20 trillion can come into the crypto market if with the stablecoin regulation, particularly the anticipated Genius Act, could ignite an explosive transformation, propelling the crypto industry to an astounding 15 to $20 trillion evaluation. So we got the Genius Act done, but that stablecoin bill is another. I feel like that's like the last domino to fall, and then then we have ETFs, we have the lawsuit, things like that to happen, especially talking about XRP and Ripple. But once those things happen, good googly moogly. I cannot imagine where we will be from a market cap standpoint, from a utility standpoint, adoption standpoint. It's just market cap, all this. It was just market cap for XRP and Ripple. I just can't imagine. Things are happening so fast, and man, it's like, obviously it feels like we were in the trenches forever, but man, now that things are happening, it feels like it's just like fireworks, man. Things are just popping off. All right. Next up too as well. So so kind of recap. Okay. So July 17th, we're waiting on the president's signature for the Genius Act. Okay. All right. And so some of the key provisions, for the Genius Act, requires stablecoins to be backed 1-to-1, mandates regular audits, defines who can issue stablecoins. So like licensed banks, OCC, regulated entities, certified state users, those can issue. And I'm just giving you some of the things that these acts identify or kind of service, so to speak. All right. It clarifies the stablecoins are not securities or deposits. Okay. And then with the Clarity Act, this established a broader regulatory structure for all digital assets, not just stablecoins, defines categories. What is the security, commodities, stablecoins? Okay. Clarifies roles for SEC handle securities like assets. CFTC oversees digital commodities. Requires trading platforms to meet compliance standards. That one's huge right there too as well. So these trading platforms that do work pulls, goodbye. You're no longer in the game anymore. Because now, there's rules of the road for you guys for these trading platforms. Moving on, it says includes exemptions and exceptions for DeFi developers, insolvency rules for brokers and dealers too as well. So passed the House on July 17th, now heads to the Senate, still under the committee markup. So we'll have to wait. It passed the House, but we need to get it past the Senate. Once it passes the Senate, then I believe it goes directly to the president's desk. So guys, this is exciting. I know I gave you a lot of content today. I'm excited. Hopefully you are too. If you like this content, I'm on the road to 500 followers. If you like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you guys that have subscribed to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. And stay tuned. I'm going to bring you some more content, and I'm going to be staying on top of this stuff because this is amazing, man. This is amazing. I've been on Cloud9 for the past week or two, and I don't plan on coming down anytime soon. So guys, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.